All right, y'all. So we already have our groups established for our boards today. So we're going to do controlling idea in building thinking classrooms. If you're wondering what that is and how I do that, make sure that you scroll down to my channel, like, save, share, follow. These tend to be a little bit long. Make sure you do all the things. And so that way you can kind of understand. This would be the first thing that I would start with building thinking classrooms. And I do explain that in the page. So make sure you go down and you look. But we're going to be reading a story. We would have already read the story. Just for an example, you can use your curriculum, you can use Common Lit, you can use ReadWorks, all the things. Those are great sources to get articles from. This happens to be a Past STAR test. It's about the Camel Mobile Library. It was a 6th grade Past STAR test, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And so I love it, the kids love it, and so we read it, and I do it every year. But anyway, so it is about the Camel Mobile Library. So one day I would read the story with them, annotate, hashtag, discuss it. We would dissect it. We would do all the things one day. And the next day when they came in, we would talk about the prompt that comes with the story. So the prompt for this happened to be explain how the Camel Mobile Library has affected the people of Garissa. So that next day, after we've done it all with the story and they're very familiar with it, I would send them to the boards with that prompt, with not a whole lot of help with that because we've already discussed it, because I need them to struggle. I need them to be able to break down the prompt. I need them to be able to get some thoughts down when they're, mind you, I teach 8th grade. Now, if I was teaching 3rd grade, I probably would spend a little more time. Let's break down the prompt. Let's do all those things. I'm teaching 8th grade. So we're not spending a whole lot of time on that. So, pay attention to the levels that you teach. So I would bring them to the boards. I would put it in the sleeve that's behind me. And then I would set the timer for 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and I would say, all right, and make it a competition. Always make it a competition, because we always know if you make it a competition, they're going to try even harder because they want to be the winner. I mean, that just is. So I would send them to the board, and I would have them answer the prompt. That's the controlling idea, or the thesis, however you want to call it. Because if they don't do that on a STAR test, then they're going to get a 0. They could have a beautiful essay, and if they don't do that, it is a 0. So I would send them to the board, get them to answer the question. That's like the most important thing. Answer the question. And you can see if they're answering the question correctly. If they're not, send them to another board and say, hey, go check out what group 2 is doing, and have them talk to each other. That's going to get them all engaged and all learning and all improving. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments.